Pillow talk. It's one of the most wonderful things. It's not one of the most. It's a decent thing. It's a thing a lot of people like to engage in, particularly probably a lot of you guys. A lot of you pick up your phone at 3 AM because yes, I know that you guys all have terrible sleeping patterns. You're not going to hide from me here. I know that you all like to message that special somebody or the Uber Eats delivery driver at 3 AM. Now, I like this as well. You know, I like messaging the Uber Eats delivery driver at 3 AM. It's one of my favorite things to do. So one day I was in bed and I picked up my phone, pretend this is a phone, and I saw that I've got a notification. Oh. It's Onision. And he's threatening to sue me for defamation. And when I read this, I thought, what? I haven't spoke about Gregory in an extremely long time. This is a YouTuber who I've tried to stay away from for the last few months because I'm going to be fully honest with you. I'm genuinely terrified of Onision. Like, at this point, after absolutely everything, he is somebody that genuinely has installed the fear into my brain. But to be honest with you, another reason why I haven't been covering Gregory is because I understand that he likes to take a lot of people's monetization when they feature his material and content in their videos, so throughout this video, I will not be showing any form of material from Onision's channel, and in fact, I will just be showing these lovely photos of bananas on the occasions that I say Onision's name. And for the culture, please just comment I'm a banana down below and like the video because I want this video to be seen. Because I'll be honest with you, when I saw this letter, I did feel a little bit anxious, a little bit concerned that I may have said something in the past in the multiple thousand videos that I've made about the Onion Man. But no, I haven't, and we're gonna go through this entire thing today. So yes, Onision sent me a defamation lawsuit threat, and if you're wondering what that means, basically Onision has accused me of defaming him, basically spreading slanderous lies about himself and about the character or the company or persona or whatever you want to call it, the demon Onision. Yes, I slandered Onision. I defamed him. I ruined his reputation. I can't believe it. Who else would do this? Who else would ruin his own reputation? Oh, wait. It's Onision. I'm sorry. It's not me being the reason your reputation is terrible. It's your own actions. It's you doing the things that you do. Now, I'm not going to show you the email word for word because, again, I don't want to get in any legal trouble and I don't want to give Onision the opportunity to copyright claim this video and take my monetization. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply rewrite the email. I'm going to put it into my own words and read it out to you guys so you understand the context. But if you do want to read the email, a lot of other content creators have been putting the email in their video, and I guess I'm just a little bit of a wimp.
And now for an extremely poor rendition of the Onion Man email.
Hello, it's me, Onision. Hello, it's me, Onision. Sorry, I don't know how to read it. What voice do I'm gonna try it. In 2020, you implied that I was a criminal, and despite that, it has been proven that there was no evidence to suggest that I committed any crime. You are receiving this notice and email that you have published a video on your channel that has implied Onision is a criminal, when in reality, Onision is not a criminal, and you have slandered him with false information, and defamation is a serious crime. And then he basically just linked a load of articles of where people have sued other people for defamation because, you know, he was like, wow, it's a really serious thing and you're gonna lose a lot of money if you keep these slanderous videos up and don't update this, because that's what he wanted. He gave me multiple options. He was like, you can take down all the Onision videos, you can put an update out there to say that Onision's not a criminal, and if you don't, well, here are these articles suggesting that I'm also going to be one of these people, suggesting in my opinion, because, you know, I've apparently defamed him. And, you know, it is interesting to me that you would just take a random article of somebody suing somebody, like, wow, well, somebody sued somebody, this is a really good point. No, it's not. So many lawsuits happen every single day. Just because some random lawsuit was won like 5 years ago, it doesn't mean that, oh, this case completely non-relative to it is a representation that you are now going to lose all of your money. It doesn't make sense. Now, you may be wondering what the actual statements I apparently made were in this slander of Onision, this defamation of Onision. Basically, it throws back to the 2020 case of where Chris Hansen was investigating him, and also apparently the FBI was investigating him, and I made multiple videos about this situation. It was a massive talking point, and yes, this was almost 2 years ago. I'm getting old. I'm almost 25 and I am starting to go for a midlife crisis. I'm having a bit of a crisis right now. But yeah. So apparently the FBI investigation is now over according to Onision, and they found no criminal evidence against Onision and could not charge him because of a lack of evidence of absolutely anything. And you know what? It's really good that at the time of January 2020, there were some brave content creators, some wonderful content creators that went against the grain and said that Gregory would not go to jail because there is not enough credible evidence. It's really good that there are some brave souls out there who were willing to say that. Now, to give my actual opinion on what I think is going to happen in this situation, as I stated before and as I stated on Twitter, I just can't see the FBI charging anyone in this situation because for some reason I just don't think there is enough credible evidence to prosecute this guy. And when it comes to the court of law, things are much more serious than it seems on YouTube. There needs to be so much information, and cases like these get dropped so often in America, and I'm not a master of law, so I'm not going to go further in depth to it. Wow, that content creator, what a lovely guy, what a beautiful and honest man. You know, he was critical of Onision, but at the same time, he got the facts right. He said that I don't think that there is enough criminal evidence out there to charge. And you know what? If only I said I said what that guy said, because you know what? I'd be fine. I wouldn't have lost all my money. I wouldn't have lost my computer. And by the way, I'm quitting YouTube next week because of this. I'm losing all of my money. I'm expecting the case to go to fruition, and I will lose absolutely everything. It's going to be a sad day. But Gregory, you're spot on, mate. You're spot on. I shouldn't have said that you're going to jail and there's enough evidence to convict you. I shouldn't have said that. Okay, now obviously I'm joking here. If you don't understand sarcasm, there was a little bit of the old British sarcasm. God bless the Queen. Basically, I am just a little bit confused to how Gregory came to the conclusion that I have slandered him. Did you just self-report Onision? Because I'm pretty sure that is exactly what you've just done. I said that I don't believe Onision will go to jail, and I've actually said this multiple times, which I will show you in the future of this video. But Gregory has come to this conclusion that I've apparently implied that he is a criminal. So based on hearing that, I can only now assume that Gregory thinks, based on what I've said in my opinionated videos, my opinion pieces, he is a criminal. Based on what I've said, Gregory has come to this conclusion that I've implied he's a criminal. Because for him to get that implication, he must think what I've said is an accurate representation of a criminal. Now, for legal reasons, I have to say that I'm not saying he's a criminal. I'm just saying you've basically self-reported, bro. It's pretty sus that you've done this. It's pretty sus that you think the things I was saying in my video is an implication of a criminal act. Sus. And Onision is just so strange in this email because further down in it he starts speaking about integrity, justice, and truth. And my brother, that's a little bit confusing. That's a little bit confusing that you can preach about justice and lies and false information when your height on Google is clearly not accurate. That is one of the most biggest pieces of misinformation I have ever seen. This you cannot preach fake news when that is on Google. I simply will not allow this. Now you may be wondering, well, did you reply to Onision? What did you say to him? You said you were a little bit anxious. And yes, I was a little bit anxious. I was a little bit scared because anybody would naturally be a bit scared when you read your emails at 3 AM and you see a legal threat and you realized, oh, I've made about 400 videos about him. I may have said something stupid here and there because in the past I have said some stupid things. But I then did my research. Me and my co-researcher Luce, we went through everything, we looked at all my videos, and then we came to this conclusion that, oh my god, once again, this man proves himself to be absolutely and consequentially desperate. And I don't even think that descriptive word made sense there, but it's so desperate and it's so boring, and I know for a fact the only reason he has sent this email, which he has sent to other content creators, multiple content creators, friends of mine, content creators who are completely harmless, he has sent these emails out so we can get this video. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to hold back. I'm not going to do what he wants. But then I thought, you know what? No. I'm actually kind of annoyed by it. I'm annoyed at how poorly written this email is in terms of legalities and also the basic general English language, and just in general, a little bit annoyed that you disturbed my sleep at 3 AM. I know you didn't send it at 3 AM, but I saw it at 3 AM, and I blame you for that. So alas, I built my response. I spent hours with Luce making this wonderful draft, this epic dissertation, because my response was genuinely one of the longest things that has ever been written by any human on this planet. It's longer than All of the Phoenix, it's longer than Dune, it's longer than any George R. R. Martin book, it's longer than It, it's longer than all the books you've ever read. This response was just too good, and I feel like at this point, Onision should just quit. Oh wait, he has! Brilliant! Now I will show you this response, but I do just want to say I am trying to hit 1 million by the end of October, so please, I am genuinely on my knees. Could you do me a favour and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment down below for algorithmic reasons, and also because I just want to hit 1 million subs. We've got a lovely community here. I really like the comment section of my videos, I really like the discussion, the chats, the criticism, the banter, just everything. So if you want to join all of that, just subscribe below and it will be fun. Thank you, you beautiful dumplings. This email is in response to the accusations against Inabber of undisclosed published media made in 2020 that implicates Onision as a criminal. Inabber made 4 videos that referenced Onision's court case and investigation by the police and FBI. Onision just got exposed by a police report, Onision's FBI investigation just got worse, Onision is over, and Chris Hansen Onision investigation has failed. Well, you know, considering that I've apparently implied that he's a criminal, it's a little bit strange that there's a video right there which said the investigation failed. Whoever made that video, I should have copied them and emulated them, because man, I wish I did that. I wish I did that. I wish that I said that he's not going to jail and that the investigation failed and there's not enough evidence to convict him. And bearing in mind, I do just want to say, on a moral level, on a moralistic level of Onision, I completely and utterly think he is terrible. Don't get me wrong, and I'm going to come into this debate further in this video about the moral questioning of Onision and the moral dilemmas of Onision and how the legal system actually works in America. We are going to get into that, and I do just want to say, if you're taking the vibes right now that I've forgiven him or I think he's a decent person, no, I think he's absolutely awful, completely and utterly awful, and yeah, as I said, we'll get into that. The first video, January 21st, 2020, discusses the police report that was filed when an incident with Onision's child happened. Inabber is very respectful in this video, stating that he won't reveal the names of the children nor use any photos of them. Now, before I go any further with this recording, I do just have to say I will not be releasing any names of his children. I will not be using any photos of his children anyway to reference them in a way which could possibly relate to them, because one, I feel so sorry for them because they have to go through so much. You know what? I'm just really sad that I didn't follow that guy's route, because that guy, he's really respectful. He's just reporting on what's also being reported in the media, and he's just nice. He's kind of handsome. He's kind of cute. He may be a little bit chubby back there, but and we love that. We love that. You know, good for him. He loves his food. Good for him. This police report was taken from the Florida Public Records and was reported on by many other people such as Chris Hansen, as shown in Inabber's video at 2 minutes and 48. Inabber even professes saying take a slight pinch of salt, and then we are going to get into this at 3 minutes and 22, making it clear that the police report shouldn't be taken at face value as it was found by an unreliable source. Inabber making no accusation of any crime at any time in this video, only going off the police report, which is a direct statement from the authorities, as said before, was prefaced by asking the viewers to take it with a grain of salt. And the reason I said take it with a grain of salt is because I believed that some things on YouTube can be misconstrued, some things can be taken out of context, there could be more context to the situation that we don't know about, and we were just talking about this one piece of information that we currently had at that time. So I feel like we're around a minute or two into this email, and in my personal opinion, destruction is occurring. This is a demolition, but instead of like a demolition of a building, it's a banana farm, and I've always wanted to drive a JCB, so this is like my dream come true. Do you think I'm winning here? 1 minute in, comment yes below if you do, and don't comment at all if you don't, because I am terrible with confrontation and criticism. And now in the next part of this email, I basically go over the court case situation between Onision, Repzion, and Chris Hansen, who actually wasn't the real Chris Hansen. Yes, Onision filed a court order against the wrong Chris Hansen, because this guy is a very professional man. But yes, I started to speak about that and said that Repzion wasn't sued in this situation for harassment because the court clearly thought that based on the information and evidence in Repzion's videos, it's not harassment, it's merely criticism, and I also believe that with the court case being lost, this really only worsened his FBI court case. And I still stand by this to this day. I definitely do believe, in a personal opinion, that losing a court case against Chris Hansen, albeit the wrong Chris Hansen, but you know, the attempt was there, to lose a court case to Chris Hansen whilst you're under FBI investigation, most likely doesn't really do you any favors. I don't think the FBI are going to see that and think, oh, well, you know, he may have lost against Chris Hansen, but he's definitely not done anything wrong, right? I feel like that's a pretty fair conclusion to come to. And then in the next part of this email, it's basically me stating that Onision was posting satirical meltdown videos in early 2020 and late 2019, and I thought that that was basically gonna worsen the case and make people believe that Onision is a complete utter troll. And you know, I don't claim to be like a news reporter or something, I don't claim to be a journalist, but when I report facts in videos or when I report certain situations, I use the phrase allegedly, accusation, because these things at the time of this Onision investigation were allegations and accusations, and I use those words quite often throughout all of my videos. When you're admitting things like this...
We got together when she was 17 and a half and I was 24 or 25.
That something weird is going on in this situation, regardless if it's legal or not legal. It's just a little bit immoral in my personal opinion. And you know what, Gregory? You know what the magnificent part about that clip is that actually that still is my opinion. Still to this day, and to the next day, and to the next week, and to the next month, and to the next year, and to the next decade, that will always be my opinion. Sue me. And now throughout this whole situation, I have received a little bit of backlash on both sides, mainly because, you know, I'm constantly giving shit to this guy, but also because I said in the past that I don't believe Gregory will go to prison, and there is a reason for that. Basically, the American justice system is as useless as a Nissan Gibbs knees. But yeah, why do I believe that Onision won't go to prison in this situation? It is mainly based on laws. I was speaking to my good friend John Swan, who you should definitely subscribe to, by the way, and he believes with the state of how bad and dodgy grooming laws are in America and specific states, he just won't go to prison. And that's a sad thing, because we're going to go into some things that he's spoken about, as in Onision, in this video, and it's questionable. Moral standards. This was something very crucial to that situation when I was making my videos, as I previously mentioned in this video. When I was covering the Onision Chris Hansen investigation, I knew full well that he definitely wouldn't go to jail, and yes, there may have been the potential chance of it given the investigation. There was an investigation ongoing, there was always going to be a chance of it, but I thought to myself, I'm going to say that I don't believe he's going to jail, but I will build my opinion on my own moral standards. And my moral standards do not comply with Onision. In fact, I feel like any average human being's moral standards do not apply to Onision. And it's interesting to me because there are so many statements and clips of me saying that I don't believe he'll go to jail, but he still emails me about this stuff. And I think it's because he's genuinely trying to bait me out, he's trying to get attention, but at the same time, I do think he is angry. I think he's upset that everybody on the internet, around 99.999% of the internet, think that this guy is just a complete and utter loser. And that is basically the whole thing of this. He's angry, he's bitter, and he's desperate. I've read through this email at least 5 to 10 times now, and every single time I look at it, I just get confused because I genuinely don't understand how anybody can send out some form of, I guess, legal threat like this without actually watching my videos. Because I've basically seen that he has sent the exact same email to other creators. Like I said before, he sent emails to other creators, but the thing is he has word for word said the exact same thing. And surely, like, you're risking getting in some form of trouble here. Like, I don't really understand the legal procedures of it, and I just know that I haven't actually said any slander or I guess defamed him, but I am a little bit curious to how somebody can send out multiple threats of lawsuits and basically have absolutely no case. Surely he's doing something wrong here. That's creepy. Even if that doesn't break laws, that's creepy. And I think I've got the full right to say, you're a weird Donny. I feel like I'm arguing with myself here. I feel like every time I play these clips, I'm debating my own self. But as you can see, it continues. There's so much evidence that this email is just utter garbage, utter complete and utter garbage. My video is clearly a debate of moral implications, Onision. Do me a favour. I mean, guys, do you genuinely believe, despite this investigation going absolutely nowhere, do you think that justifies Onision's behaviour in the last 10 years? Do you think that in terms of moral implications, this person is absolutely fine or in the wrong? Comment yes if you think he's in the wrong, comment no if you don't, because I'm genuinely intrigued to hear your opinion. I'm genuinely wondering if I'm going crazy here. Because the funny thing is about this world is that you can abide by every law, every rule, every regulation in the history of the world and still be a bad person, an immoral person, somebody that I vehemently disagree with based on my own human nature, you know? I still think that this guy is immoral, and I still think he is bad, despite breaking no rules. There are a lot of people out there who haven't gone to jail, and I still think are terrible, immoral people. And it's not just Onision, there are countless YouTubers like this. But yeah, going back to the email, at the end of it, I basically conclude it by saying, in conclusion, the accusation that inabber has made any statement suggests that Onision has committed any crimes is debased and unwarranted, and something you would have realised if you had taken the time to actually watch through the content rather than finding useless examples of people winning defamation cases. And yeah, I feel like this is a complete and utter destruction of the banana farm. I feel like this is his final stand because he has threatened other people with legal proceedings before. He has attempted this so many times, and it's just embarrassing. Like, are you not embarrassed to be a father and know that one day your kids are going to see this, that your kids are going to see your behavior on the internet? Surely is that not in your mind? Are you not embarrassed by that, or embarrassed for the future potential of a situation where they witness your content? I would be. If I was you, I would be very embarrassed. So where does this now leave us in this situation? Where do we go in this continuous, terrible Onision adventure? Well, I can do two things. I can continue to laugh at him, mock him, and make fun of him on my YouTube channel, or I can allow Onision to fade into a dark pit of irrelevance. Now that's a trick question though, because with those two things, Onision is always going to be irrelevant. Onision, whilst he gets views on other people's channel, mainly comes from the fact that he is a complete and utter laughingstock. This isn't even me being horrible right now. I just feel like every single video about Onision in the last 5 years is a perfect example of this. He recently uploaded a video onto his YouTube channel basically stating that he is once again leaving the platform. Well, like all the other 9,000 times, he's not technically leaving. He's removing his face from his YouTube channel, which he has done before, and then he stopped doing. And now he's going back to it. And, you know, I'm not really going to get mad at him for this because at the end of the day, it is less Onision. And I feel like that's for the benefit of this website. Because, you know, I am actually shocked that his accounts are still up. But alas, maybe YouTube just are so done with him that they can't even bother to take action at this point. Maybe YouTube are just so unbothered by him because he is, at the end of the day, completely and utterly irrelevant. To conclude this video, Onision, my dear, please, for the love of God, stop trying to have 3 AM pillow talk with me. I'm not going to respond anymore. Please, block my email address, never contact me again, because it's genuinely concerning when I see your name in my email box. Please, for the love of God, if you're going to threaten another YouTuber, actually watch their content, actually have real points and real evidence, and just, you know, just stop. Just stop. You don't want a multi-million-dollar court case against multiple YouTubers overseas. It's not going to work out very well for you. Thank you very much, and good night. That is the end of the video. Thank you so much for coming along, and please, for the love of God, like this video, comment beans down below to get it into the algorithm, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would very much appreciate that. Thank you so much, you wonderful human being. And yeah, the Twitter account is in the description, and inabber69, and Instagram, and inabber, and all the other things are down there as well. Thank you so much for coming along. I am currently on holiday, so the videos might be a little bit less topical and a little bit more overarching things like this video, and a little bit messy. But alas, thank you so much. I'll see you in like 2 days' time. Bye!